Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Lead Nudge. I am Silvia, your inclusive leadership mentor, and today we're going to talk about your first one-on-one and how to move from going beyond a status update conversation and make it about connection. As a new manager, your calendar is out of a sudden full of one-on-one meetings. And it's fairly easy to make these conversations become a weekly status update on any projects that might be relevant for that week and make it a little bit feel like a to-do list overview. And well, the reality is that you as a manager get all the information that you need, but you leave the meeting feeling definitely not more connected to your team members than when you started. So that means that that meeting was a transactional meeting and that is a missed opportunity for connecting. So what the learning here is that while there are these opportunities to connect every week, a lot of times we fully focus on the transactional aspect of work. And these spaces are actually the most powerful tool for building trust with our team members on an individual point of view, and also to build that psychological safety within our team members. And these sessions are actually to go beyond managing tasks, right? So it is definitely a place for us as managers to get updates and to provide feedback, but they are actually there to develop people as well because leadership at the end of the day is a relationship and not a transaction, right? So um, what I want to focus today is how do we make that happen, right? Because a lot of times, one-on-one actually should be a co-creation or a co-created session and is our meeting as much as is theirs. And as leaders, what our role is to set the tone, right? So we are there to start and put together what is the tone that we want to take in that conversation. So why that matters is because that signals to our team members that it's a safe space for to go a little bit beyond the work talk. And yes, it is relevant, and we're gonna use those sessions to get the information that we need. But it's also about making space to get to know and understand our team's motivations, their career aspirations, what are they having a challenge with, and how, and understand how can we support them better and is where we actually get to set up a foundation for later on provide that candid feedback and for trust building and for collaboration and at the end of the day for growth. So let's make it tangible. And for next week or for your next one-on-one, what I would like to challenge you is to actually ask or start the first 5 minutes with just getting to connect. And that can be done with small, simple, open-ended questions that aren't about the next project deadline, that aren't about the next work assessment that we might have, and they focus on connecting. So let me give you a couple of examples that can help you. That does not mean that those are the only open-ended questions that you can have, but certainly they can help to ignite a little bit this way of working. So one option could be to ask what was the highlight of your last week beyond work. You can also ask what's on your mind, outside of work on these days, or even if we want to go super simple, how are you doing? Really, right? Going beyond the small, I'm doing good, small talk. And our goal as leaders is to listen, to be present, and to show our team members that we care about them as a whole person, not just as an employee, and that we care about the different identities and the different pieces that form their identity. And with this small change, it literally takes 5 minutes out of that conversation that can really transform the entire dynamic of that relationship and make it a truly relationship and not a transaction. Remember to lead as you are with courage, inclusion, and heart, y'all.